What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy here, and it's time
This is
to
T-John.
take it to the ring. Hey, my bad, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got excited.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn, man, I thought that we were cool. But no,
Oh, no.
honestly, no, I
got ahead of
though,
myself,
man.
I'm ready
I
to
don't
get
blame
into
you.
this.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all, man. This episode was awesome, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I want to give it yet. I kind of want to hear your take on the rating because if I'm being honest, man, it might get the 5 stars from me. I'm gonna be
Oh,
real
yeah?
honest.
No, I was
This
going to
was
come
so
back and
good.
give this a confident 4. It was really good. I'm not going to play around. Everything was solid. This was a really cool episode. From the beginning, it was great.
It was awesome. I just am so on edge, man. I was hurt after Royal Rumble. So there were some really good episodes that deserved 5 stars that I was holding off on just because I was like, Royal Rumble's definitely gonna hit it. And they didn't. So I'm like, I don't wanna disrespect these great ones just like because I'm anticipating Elimination Chamber to be that much better. But dude, there's no way that this isn't gonna be good. Like, I'm super excited for this one.
They're really doing a good job kind of building up these beefs. These wrestlers, a lot of them have a score to settle. Everybody's trying to get their spot. They all want that championship, of course. But it's all about that road to WrestleMania. That's on everybody's mind. This is my chance to come up. And man, is Kevin Owens butt hurt. But we'll get to that, I'm sure.
oh yeah, I got the clip for that. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, let's start it off, man, because we saw Bobby Lashley come out with MVP and still got that swagger intact, man.
Love that
he's rocking
jacket.
that belt. Yeah.
Love the jacket.
The old school leather jacket.
It was awesome.
Yeah, no, this is more his style. I think he needs to stop with the suits. I think this is what he needs to come out with. It's like, you're not ever gonna see Brock Lesnar rock a suit. He's good in the cowboy outfits that he's rocking. You don't need to wear a suit, bro. This is
he's spending a small fortune on suits, getting those made.
Exactly,
just a material.
Exactly. There's no way. Yeah, and it's not meant for you, man. But all this was in prep for the Elimination Chamber match, man. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. I'm super excited for this. And
we were talking a little bit before this. You see how they bumped up Austin Theory on the picture? He was on the ends, which is kind of traditionally the nobodies. They got AJ Styles with Riddle on the end.
Yeah, and I don't really understand that. I mean, especially after what we saw last night, which we're about to get into. But I mean, I don't know why he's there. Honestly, it's kind of a mystery. But I'm more intrigued than anything because everybody knows by this point. And
it could be nothing.
For my boy.
It could be me just conspiracy theory. Just they got it mixed up. I doubt
Everything
it.
Has a reason. Yeah, there's no. They would have left it alone if there wasn't a little purpose.
That's the only reason why I noticed.
Why? Yeah, like I don't really understand it. I don't know, but I'm really excited for what this match is gonna bring, and I think everybody agrees with that. Like we got to see Bobby Lashley, talking trash, and the first man to come out to kind of call him out was Seth Rollins with his gold suit on. Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, man, he's back to normal. I mean, as normal as he can get after that whooping he took a few weeks ago. But he doesn't look like he's hurt anymore. He looks like he's fine. Back to his demeanor that never really changed, but it definitely he looks a lot more like himself.
Yeah, man, he definitely came out very confident. I love kind of this personality that's come out. And it was kind of like we talked about a little bit last week. At first, it was a little annoying, and it just keeps growing on me, man. I love it. And I mean, it was like a gold python suit. It was
It's
awesome.
different. He makes it work, though, man. I can't hate on it. I cannot hate on it. And I think the thing that stole the show for me, though, was that Broga outfit, man. I was like, that's awesome.
Did you see the braids in Riddle's hair? It's like he just came back from a Jamaican vacation.
I don't know what was going on there. Like, I don't know who he hired. They clearly were either real slow or he was late to his appointment because half his hair was done and they were loose. It didn't even look great. So I don't know what was going on. So book my girl. She got me right. That's all I'm gonna say. Like if you want your braids done fast and right, you need to get somebody different, bro.
Yeah, they were
But
falling
I
apart,
mean,
man.
yeah, but I mean the whole speech that he did was kind of silly. Like you see Seth Rollins laughing on the side because I mean his speech was more just like, I've been trapped in a porta potty before, and if I can get through that, I can get through anything, man.
I don't.
Yeah, that's a mentally tough thing to get through.
I suppose so. And it was all night
Yeah.
until the janitor let him out the next
Yeah,
morning.
man, that's rough. I don't know how anybody would survive that. Like
Wasn't that an
that's pretty
episode of
bad.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes. Yeah, I think it
Yeah, I
was.
thought so.
Yeah.
He was tripping on acid, right? Danny DeVito. It
Oh yeah, but he was stuck in a nice bathroom. It wasn't even like a
was a
porta potty. He
trailer.
was stuck. Yeah, and it was like a nice trailer. He was freaking out, had a gun. I remember that
Ended up
episode. That
being a
shit was
garbage
awesome.
can. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But so, he starts staking his claim for the title, and then you see Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Kind of got ahead of myself. Austin Theory then is like, I have to win because I have Vince McMahon's blessing. And like this is my time. And he just gets laughed out by everybody in the ring.
Yeah, Bobby's like, boy, you're still wet behind the
Yeah.
ears. And he's like, he's kind of like, what do you mean? He's too young for that joke, man. He doesn't get it.
Like blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. Nobody's taking you any kind of serious. Like, shut up. And I mean, I get it. He's the new guy. He's still young. I highly doubt he's gonna win. It's just nice to see a new face that's out here. So
it's good experience.
I like it. Exactly, it's very good experience, especially for his career. As long as he doesn't get hurt. AJ Styles comes out, and he has Elimination Chamber experience. And he's like, this is my WrestleMania moment. This is how I'm going to get there. So,
yeah. Well, he's also talking about, hey, I have this match with Damian Priest coming up. When I beat him, I'm going to be the first 2-time champion, walking out of that elimination. He was definitely talking himself up. It's like, how about you beat Damian first?
Yeah, he got a little bit ahead of himself. Oh, wait. Oh, what's up, Keith? Says it could also be next in line for a shot at the championship. Which championship?
Well, you'd have to get through elimination.
About the WWE one? No, I don't think so. I think that he's going to probably come for one of the smaller ones first. But I think this is just a good way for him to get some more exposure.
Yeah,
because he is kind of leading the charge right now. Yeah, he's kind of leading the charge when it comes to these new guys getting the airtime to take over these old faces that are about to start getting up out of here, man. So I think that's all that this really is. It's so that you can get to know this guy, then they're gonna bring in somebody else, and just start rebuilding because that's what's gonna need to start happening. But I don't
that's what's happening
being next
right
up.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as AEW stops stealing all their talent.
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
They're hoarding everybody. They're stealing them from NXT and then just keeping them backstage.
Do you think it's a money thing? Like, you think they're just paying them more?
No, I think it's the fact that they can get paid and not actually have to go out there and kill themselves. They're all on contract. They just get to hang out backstage.
Better management.
Yeah, I think AEW definitely does treat the wrestlers way better than WWE. But that's like a whole nother discussion for a whole nother thing, because there's a lot of reasons why I say that. So yeah.
I get you. But we can get back into it then. I mean, Bobby Lashley then had to, take the reins back, and it was like, hold up, like, you guys are all on drugs if y'all think y'all are gonna win. So he pointed out everybody's flaw, like you said, Austin Theory. He was like, you're a baby. You're still wet behind the ears. You are not winning. Seth Rollins, you're crazy. Like, you almost died against Roman Reigns. Riddle, you're still high. Like, you need to calm down. And he's just naming every single person. And he's like, and Lesnar, this is like the closest you're gonna get to this belt. And of course, Lesnar shows up, completely disrespecting Austin Theory. Like,
oh my
Theory,
gosh, I love that. He kind of turned around, got a little spooked, and he was like, "Oh, perfect, I got a coat rack."
Exactly.
So but did you see Austin? Like, he took a selfie with it. He's like, "Oh, whatever."
Exactly. I don't know why he did what he did afterwards, though, because I mean, there was an intense face-off. You kind of see them and the tension's building all around the ring, because it's like, this is really about to happen.
Yeah,
like, we're really gonna see this fight about to go down. And for some reason, Austin Theory, the stupidest thing that he could do, and attacks Brock Lesnar, and as you can see, he pays for it immediately.
Well, you see, you didn't see Rollins over in the corner. He was yelling at Theory, egging him on. Come on, do it.
That's what he was doing. I thought
Yeah.
that they were just yelling back and forth like they were about to have their own fight.
No,
So what
no,
I
he
was
was
thinking
he
was it
was
was just gonna be
telling
an
him
all
to.
out brawl. I had
Yeah,
no
I
idea
guarantee he
that
was
what
like, man,
going
you're gonna
on.
let Brock disrespect you with that hat like that. Get him.
Yeah.
Now's your chance. This is gonna be big. Go get him. Choke him out. I guarantee he
Yeah.
was just talking him up, completely manipulated him.
So that's
And
more
dude, Bear,
Seth Rollins getting into everybody's head.
yeah, man, the architect. I love
I
that
love
name
it.
for him.
Me too, because it's so genius. No matter what, he's already on to the next move. He's
This whole
always thinking
episode he was
ahead.
on, he controlled this entire episode from
I
start
mean,
to
he's
end.
done that every single time. Every single
Yeah.
time he steps in the ring. I mean, you can see him in the back, like, oh no, like he knew what he was doing there. Like that
He was
makes
the
a bunch
first
of
one to
sense.
dip out. He saw what was about to
Oh
happen. He's like,
yeah.
all right, I'm out of here.
Like I don't want to go. Like I remember seeing, like you could see him doing the F5, and I remember like right before any of that happened, it was so funny because you could see him like Brock Lesnar turned around and was like looking at them all, and Seth Rollins was like, no, you get him. I'm good right here. It's just so funny to me because it's like he knows what he's doing, and it's genius. But I don't think that Austin Theory deserved to get destroyed the way that he did.
Well, I mean, he snuck up on Brock Lesnar and tried to choke him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, he definitely got taken on a super suplex city.
Yeah, it was what,
He
two
deserved
suplex and
it.
the F5. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, he
like
deserved it.
Jesus. Yeah, so I think this was a humbling moment for Austin Theory for sure. And he
Did you
capped it
see
off
Seth
getting his own
Rollins? Oh, the
selfie.
selfie. Yeah, that was
Oh,
fantastic.
so rough.
He's going to cherish that, though. Still, Austin Theory. How many people can say they got suplexed by Brock Lesnar? Though, how many
He got a
people would say they
selfie.
want to?
I know I wouldn't, but I would put that as a badge of honor afterwards. After I
Yeah,
survived it, I mean, hey,
absolutely.
it's good that he's getting this airtime, man. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. That was a very, very entertaining intro, man. It was funny. I love
Yeah, I
Seth
think it was
Rollins,
really
man.
good. Me too. I mean, I don't know who I want to root for more in this, if I'm being completely honest, because it really does seem like at the end of the day, it's Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
this is clearly like nobody can really touch this, but like everybody in there, you want to see at WrestleMania.
yeah.
Like, you may
I mean,
not like. There's
for
a lot
different
less people that
reasons.
want to see Austin Theory,
Yeah,
unless you do want to see the new guys get some shine. But that's it. When it comes to these older guys who have been here, they all have a good reason to be there, and they're
yeah,
all big draws. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
man, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Do you hear there's rumors that Steve Austin might be showing up
Oh
to
man, that's
WrestleMania?
funny that you say that because me and my boys at the All Real Crew were just texting each other about that because
Yeah.
Kevin Owens did his little dish, so I want to talk about it, but we got to go so we can hit it. But oh my god, man, yeah, I don't know if I want to see it.
Yeah, we'll save
We'll
that for
talk
like
about it in a little bit.
yeah, a little bit later on,
Give us
man.
5 minutes,
There's a
man. Give us
bunch
five
going on.
minutes. Dude, this was a hectic episode, but it
Yeah.
all made sense at the end of the day. Like it could be something. But all right, first fight, Street Profits versus the
Yeah.
Dirty Dog, and I like this because we got to see Tommaso Ciampa come out.
Yeah. So
Pretty
very
dope.
cool. He was kind of hanging out. I really think this kind of match was a pretty quick one. I really think it was just kind of keep that beef going with Ziggler and Ciampa. And guys, if you don't watch NXT, you need to start paying attention to it.
You have to.
Tomorrow's going to be a fantastic episode. So if you haven't checked it out in a while and you're still burnt from the last year, give it a chance tomorrow. It's going to be
Forgive it.
fantastic.
You gotta forgive it. It's gonna be great. And I mean, I honestly, I was really glad to see him in there. And this was a really entertaining match. But like you said, this was clearly about, Tommaso and Dolph Ziggler. Because I mean, you see, the fight's really going on, but at the moment Dolph got out the ring, they started bucking at each other. And I mean, it capped off when Tommaso threw his drink all in Dolph Ziggler's face, blinded him. I think he was being a little bit dramatic, unless there was like straight up vodka in that cup.
Okay, see, you said exactly what I
strong.
was saying. I was thinking it's like they said it was water, But the way he reacted, it had to have been like vodka or
Yeah,
something like that, you know?
there must have been something extreme salt water or something because he was down for the rest of the fight and he left. He left Bobby Roode to fend for himself the whole time, and of course they took complete control of the fight, got the pin, Street
Yeah,
Profits get the dub. But I didn't even care about that because, in my opinion, you are 100% right. Is
yeah.
Ciampa now in Raw? Like, what's going on? I'm super excited for this because I think that's what the next move is. Is he going in the big leagues?
Man, he's put his time in, and he has a ton of talent. So
That's what
if
I'm
that's the
saying.
case, man, I could definitely see him teaming up with a few good people. I
He
mean,
is really good.
you
He's
know, it'd
really
be a
good.
cool tag team with him and Austin Theory because Theory kind of has a Braun
Ooh.
Breaker vibe to him.
He does. He's a lot smaller, but his move set is basically that. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see him. He's a little Braun Breaker.
you know,
And
little.
Ciampa is such a great wrestler. He's very well rounded. I don't know his how his personality is going to change or his character is going to change. Will it?
That's
More than
yeah,
likely, but I don't know where they're going to take him. I think though that's the next step. I could see
yeah.
that being the next step very, very soon. Because why else would Dolph Ziggler just come out randomly?
Yeah, they've been doing a few different teases like that. I mean, Riddle comes in with MKS every now and then, you know,
Yeah,
and there's a few that make appearances.
yeah.
But I hope so. He put his time in. I was gonna say he's a veteran, even though I mean he's coming up to WWE. He's not a veteran in that way. He's been around for a while. So
Yeah,
he's a really good, well-rounded wrestler that has a ton of years. I mean, he's been in NXT for 7 years. So he's
I
done
think it's
his
time.
due. Yeah.
It's his time, and it's not like he wouldn't be a great draw for the fights. He
Yeah.
is a great wrestler, and I think like especially with that last tag team that we saw with him and Braun Breaker, that was awesome, and I would love to see him get some shine in the bigger promotions because that's only going to make people look at NXT more anyway. Because
Yeah.
this dude is fantastic. He's on a roll. I could even though he lost the title. Maybe that's a good thing because now that just opened the door for him to now move on. So
Yeah. You know,
yeah,
and it's they like I said, I mean, this match was pretty much just setting up for him. The actual match was pretty quick. You know, we got to see the high
yep,
flying moves.
yeah.
Um,
Montez Ford, my boy.
yeah, man. So I mean, it was definitely a fun match. It was a quick match. I did notice when he came down on that big splash, he kind of hit his knees first, man. Did you
Yeah,
catch that? And
he
then
looked a
they
little
threw
hurt.
Ziggler back in and then tried to mess with him, and he was able to dip out pretty quick. But his face was just really, really red, which makes me think that I don't know if there was water in there, you know. So maybe it was something
Man,
else.
it had to be something else. The way that he was done the whole rest of the fight, it couldn't have been just water. I'm telling you, like
They got
yeah,
sent
it had to
running
be
up the
something.
ramp.
Oh yeah. So now we can talk about it. I'm ready.
Ah,
Owens, man.
KO. That
This was fun.
two-face backstep mother, man. I tell you, I'm not surprised, but man,
I loved it.
talk
I'm
about
tired of the
burning
fakeness.
Texans.
Yeah, I'm
That's
tired of
like
the
the last
fakeness.
state you want to make fun of and burn. Those are the wrong kind of
But
enemies.
I mean, he did it right because he was like, clearly I'm not gonna be there, so F it. You know, I'm gonna talk trash about y'all now. And what he called him? He
Yeah.
said if North America was a person, they'd be the ass. Like, it was like, oh man, this man is not
He
holding
was
back.
offended. So WWE did this poll to and asked the entire
Yep.
Wrestleverse, like, hey, do you think he's lying or not? And 60% of people said yes. And I think the announcer was surprised that there was 40% that believed him. And I kind of
Yeah,
did. You know, he kind of strikes me as a little bit of a guy that would like Texas. But
yeah. He kind of has that kind of personality that would blend in with Texans a little bit, in my opinion. But you know, I'm not from there, so I might be talking out of my ass a little bit. I don't
same.
know.
Yeah. This is just a
But
big
you know,
assumption.
yeah, he just kind of like he's real cocky when it comes to a lot of his like talents and stuff. But I thought it was really good. I think like him branching out from this whole, you know, I'm a nice guy was a relief. It felt good to finally see him kind of, you know, get back to himself. And I'm sure it looked like it was a relief for him too. It was like, ah, finally, I don't have to pretend.
Yeah.
And like you said, man,
He's
yeah,
definitely very upset he's not going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it's like a weight lifted because now I don't have to pretend like I don't have anything left to prove. You know what I mean? I can just be me and talk my trash and be the bad guy again. Because clearly being the nice guy isn't working for me. But
Yeah.
like you said, does this now? You know how Stone Cold Steve Austin feels. Is that gonna? I don't think that's gonna fly with him.
Yeah.
So are we seeing are we gonna? Is this a preview return? Is this a possible return of Steve Austin?
Yeah, the Fight Kitty's kind of touched on it a little bit. Apparently, he's building a wrestling ring at his house. So I guess that's stirring up a big controversy. They're like, well, why would he be doing that? And I commented, I was like, well, basketball players have basketball
Yeah,
courts at their
people get
house.
bored.
Yeah, but I could see him going out there running the ropes for some cardio. Kind of bouncing around, or even like training some kids. Maybe he's got kids that are about that age, or maybe
Oh
finding some
snap!
talent himself.
Look, is that him?
What? Guys, am I looking at the
Smiley, is that you? Good morning, my boy. If that is you, what's happening? I didn't
nice?
even see a comment. That's awesome, dude.
Oh, I don't have the
Welcome to
comment
Take It
pulled
to
up.
the Ring. Nah,
Yeah,
I
man. I
got
hope you're
you.
enjoying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm tune in, bro. Like we do every single thing. So yeah, thank you
Everything.
for
Yeah.
checking us
NXT,
out.
AEW, the entire Wrestleverse. We have the
Yeah,
Fight
thanks for
Kitties.
checking us out, man.
Yeah, awesome.
But honestly, my thing is, do we want to see Steve Austin come back?
That was kind of my first thought. He's left on such a great hiatus. What?
Yeah,
But I mean, we've talked about this. He's a fighter. He's a wrestler. You never get rid of that kind of yearning for
yeah,
the yell of the arena, and he's definitely still in good shape. So
yeah, of
I
course.
could see him
But
showing up.
it's the same thing to me. Like, I mean, it's like the Goldberg thing. I have mixed emotions. Do you want to see this guy come back and possibly do more damage to himself and not put on as entertaining of a fight that we think it would be if he came back years ago, like he
Hmm.
should have? You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to make a comeback, probably then was the time to do it. Right now, though, to be honest, WWE has been extremely entertaining. This has been
Yeah,
awesome, you know?
they
So
they really have been
maybe
kicking it up.
I think that
Redemption
this
after
has been
Royal Rumble.
exactly. I think that this has been like the time for the vets to come back because they see like, oh, okay, this is starting to kind of resemble what we came through, and it's looking fun again. So
Yeah.
I think that for them, it's like, what better time to throw a hat back in and give the fans what they want because this is now coming back to itself. Like this is actually getting fun. It's getting good again.
Yeah.
So
And Kevin Owens and Steve Austin fight is going to be fantastic. That
that
would be a
would
good
be.
match.
It would be if Steve Austin still has his knees intact and is able to like pull off them stunners and do all the moves that we know him for. Then hell yeah, it would be a great fight. It would be an awesome, fun fight to watch. But my only worry is, man, it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a long
but that might
while.
be a good thing,
Yeah.
because technology and diet, surgery has come a long way, man. I mean, you can pretty much
That
get a new
has.
shoulder in a day. I mean,
Hey
knee
man,
surgery
if
is
the
not what it
Edge
used to
can
be.
come back,
Say what?
I said if Edge can come back, anybody can. That's how I feel about it.
Man, good point. That is a very good point, man. And two, Trent Reznor, he's another one too. Massive neck injury. So that is a very good point. And then you got Kenny Omega. Gosh, I mean, he's going to be the bionic man when he comes back after all these surgeries. He really is going to be the $1 million man.
Whoa. Oh, hold on, I got a comment. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of energy in last night's crowd. Not gonna lie, I feel that.
Where were they at?
Um Indianapolis.
Where? Minneapolis? Yeah.
In Indianapolis.
Ah,
And I mean, yeah, I feel like the crowd was a little lacking for all the action that we got. Like it was a really, really fun night. So I do
maybe it
agree
was
with you,
dry.
but yeah, maybe they weren't drinking. I didn't see that much alcohol around. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa took it all. I don't know, but hey, I mean,
Yeah, the crowd wasn't feeling it, but it's not
damn,
because
this
of
was a
the
great.
wrestling. It wasn't
Yeah,
the
I don't know
wrestling,
what was
man.
going on. Maybe something was going on. I don't know, but the energy in the ring made up for it. Like I wasn't caring. I didn't. pay attention to the crowd at all, if I'm being completely
Absolutely.
honest. And the crowd really went off though when it came to that gauntlet match. So boy, I want to talk about it.
Wow,
But
man.
dude, let's talk. I don't want to skip over the Damian Priest and AJ Styles match though.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm going to talk
agree. I
about that
agree.
first
So
before I
this
get
was
into
a
my
good
favorite
match.
fight of the night.
It was your favorite?
The gauntlet match was. This was not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
No. So this match was really good, though. I think that it was a great redemption kind of fight for Damian Priest. Of course, this was for the title, so he really needed to prove himself.
Yeah. You know what stood out to me and I loved the most in this match was Damian was able to keep his head cool. He was able to really think it through, not get worked up, and it came out in his advantage. He was able to be powerful when he needed to. We were able to kind of see that Damian side when it came to the power and when it was necessary. But when it came to like the counters and really thinking through and seeing what AJ Styles was going to throw at him, he was able to counter it and really kind of keep control of it. Even though, I mean, AJ did a good job countering too, especially with the strikes. He nailed that
He
big
really
forearm,
did.
man. That was a great
Yeah.
counter with the forearm.
He really did. I couldn't say it any better. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. Damian Priest did a great job. I mean, was really taking the fight to AJ Styles early, had a lot to prove of why he's the champ, why he got where he's been. And I mean, he did a very, very great job really controlling himself. You saw after a close like 3 count, he couldn't put him down and he almost like slipped. And he was able to calm back down, get himself together. He stopped himself from getting hit with that phenomenal forearm again, rolled AJ Styles. Very technical match. This was a completely different side of Damian Priest, man. Like, I'm really proud of this.
He saw that
really
coming and he rolled him up, and he's so much like longer, lankier, and bigger. There was no way AJ was kicking out. He was trying, man. He did not just like give that up. He was not like, oh, okay, well, you can have this. He could knock it out.
Yeah. I mean, and he had no choice but to show respect. I said Damian Priest is just the bigger man, but I appreciated the respect shown after, man. Like, I was like, okay, so this just capped off exactly what I was feeling about Damian Priest about this match, man. It was like he finally is starting to be able to figure out a way to channel his dark side and make it to the point where it actually benefits him instead of hinders him.
Exactly.
And that's
we
what
touched
we saw
on that a little
match.
Bit last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It was funny, like right after
a good taste of that.
Yeah. Did you notice that right after he pinned him, Damian stood up, he had a big smile on his face. He kind of looked down and he said something to him.
Yeah.
And AJ looked up and kind of nodded, like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, like, exactly. It was like after a match like that, it was completely clean. There was nothing wrong with that match. There wasn't anything, there was no moments. Like this was a perfect match. This was exactly what we needed to see from Damian Priest. And I mean, AJ Styles was talking a lot of trash because I mean he had all the momentum in the world to get his belt back. So to lose in that fashion, you can't really be mad at that, man. That was just a good fight, and Damian Priest was just a better man.
Yeah, he didn't see it coming. He was kind of surprised when he was sitting there sulking a little bit. He was sitting there like, man, I messed up.
I thought that this was going to be the demise of Damian Priest. I thought we were seeing a big slide off.
I love that they're bringing him back and got AJ Styles away from Omos. He's way better by himself.
Yeah, I agree. And Omos, man, like I want to touch on that too because we got to see him, and man, that was a match. Because I mean, Omos needs like these kind of matches to make it even somewhat entertaining. It was a handicap 2-on-1 match. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander faced him, and it was not a handicap that worked in their favor. They tried their best to do like this, like distract and conquer, and it just was not working out. Omos is just a mountain. He's a behemoth. You're not gonna do anything to him. Like I said, man, they did their damnedest. But
they did.
God,
they tried. Like, they got a couple sneaky moves in. Look at that. Look how high up he is. I get that his moveset is limited, and a big part of it is just how big he is, and it takes a ton of energy to move that much. It's just that when you're that big, it takes that much more energy. So I get that. But man, I love seeing him with that huge. I mean, gosh, she's got to be what, 8 feet up in the air, like 10
It's
feet in the air.
ridiculously high. That's before he puts you up. Like the man is like all of 400 something pounds. So like you're already super high up. Then he's holding you with one hand, and the power bomb that we saw him destroy Cedric Alexander with, like it was a wrap. If we don't see him go for somebody's championship, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, he's looking
Like,
better,
I
man.
See it.
He's looking in better shape. He used to be kind of awkward. He's moving around a lot better in the ring. They're training him very well. I used to kind of laugh every time he'd come out. I'm like, this goofy guy, man, he is a terrible wrestler. He's coming into his own. He really is.
That's exactly what he is. He's definitely coming into his own, and it's fun to watch. Like this is a really nice like dude to watch at this point because he's literally just destroying everybody. It's a 10-second match where you see him literally kill this guy and it's over. So
he's got to put him down quick.
Kind of see. Yeah, I mean, of course, he's not going to have a long tank. That's for sure. I think the strategy is going to be run around the ring and duck him for like 5 minutes. But nobody's going to want to see that. But if you want to see him lose, that's the strategy. It's just getting it. You know, you don't want weapons against him because could you imagine if he hits you with the steel chair? You're out. Your career is done. So,
he is his own handicap. He is his own weapon. You can't do that.
Like that's what I'm saying, Keith. Like there was no way. Like
oh yeah.
There's no way that they were gonna win this match. They did their best,
tried.
but this was it. Like they were doomed from the start. But
yeah,
my whole thing is I want to see where they're gonna go with his character because it was really cool.
I love his yell, just that bellow. That's just so deep. It's a really kind of like neat war cry to hear.
It's intimidating. Like it's like a real bloodlust cry. So that man he's going places. I can see little glimpses of where they're trying to go with him. So I mean, let's see.
As long as his knees hold up.
Man, in their knees, man, they don't last long. So they're gonna have to move pretty quick, and it seems like that's what they're doing, though. So expect a bit of a run from him very soon.
Yeah.
And speaking of runs. Think of this Lita and Becky Lynch, man. Becky Lynch looks kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, so I'm back and forth on if this was legitimate or if it's just her playing mind games. Because she's smart just as much as she's a good wrestler. She kind of came out with this little depressed attitude. I don't know, either looking for sympathy from, pardon me, from the crowd or what, man. But she definitely just looked really sad. She looked like a mess, saying she wasn't sleeping in like all week.
A week. So,
yeah. She looked good.
I'll be honest, man. I think it's a little bit of both. Exactly. I think that a lot of this was true because Lita, man, like we say every time, she's such an idol to these women because the women's division is still relatively new. So when you see somebody that you've looked up to your whole life and now they're gunning for you, that's got to have some kind of mental effect on you, especially if it's like, bro, this is your first match and this is what you want to do. You want to come at me first and you know that I'm a big fan. Like, what did I do to you?
She's the champion. She has to expect that. And I don't know if it is her being this fanboy kind of thing or she's legitimately scared. And she's working this because how she kept trying to pressure, well, let's just rip this up and I'll forget it all. We can stay friends. That was like her. She was laying it on thick, man. So I really think it was her trying to manipulate or trick her into, not signing that because she's scared. Not more than, oh, I don't want to have to fight you. It's not like your little brother where you feel bad. You still fight him. You just don't beat him up as bad.
No, that's true. Kind of like the whole Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair kind of situation.
That's a very good example.
But this isn't gonna be that. We all know that that's not what it's.
No.
The way that Lita has been looking when she steps in the ring has been nothing but phenomenal, and I can see this being a really good comeback for her. I don't know how I feel if she beats Becky Lynch because that's gonna be like, wow, she really did it. Like I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be like, damn, what's this mean for Becky Lynch? And I think that's where the fear is coming from because it's like if I lose where do I go from here? I've beaten everybody. And so somebody who hasn't fought in years is just going to come back and beat me. Like, that's a big mental toll. I think that's what the fear is, because
I think that's exactly
this is a challenge that she never thought that she would have to face.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think that's what's going to make this a good match, is the fact that she hasn't fought for so long. I know she's training, and, you know, a lot of things get better with time. But that could be a big deal for her, you know, because Lynch is still fresh. She's a good wrestler. She's strong.
Exactly.
So we'll see how this goes.
She does get a lot of credit. We definitely will. And I like, you know, because, I mean, she threw the contract at her after they signed it. I want to know what this does for her character, because if she slips, because she even said it in there, she was like, you're taking me to a place that I don't know if I'm going to come back from. So what does that mean? Is that like a sneak peek of what's to come? Is she going to slip into like this darker Becky Lynch that we don't know about?
Or is it just she's going to completely no longer be a fan of Lita? It's like, you know what? Now you're enemy, and I'm ripping up all your stuff.
If she does that, that could be the start of a heel, you know, because she's not really a heel.
Yeah, she's more of like a cocky. Yeah, she's very cocky, very arrogant.
I wouldn't necessarily say that she's a heel. She doesn't really do anything that's extra dirty to lament her as a complete heel character. But you go to hating Lita, that's like the easiest way for fans to hate you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of your job if you're going to be that person. A lot of people like to hate. Okay, we got a comment from Keith.
Yeah, that would be a good one. If she insulted Lita about like never making it if it wasn't for Matt or Jeff. Oof. That's how you die in the ring. You don't. I think she's smart for not saying that.
Yeah, you need to tell her that line. She might save that one. That'll be a little pearl she can keep in her back pocket.
Yeah, that's some disrespectful stuff. Burn. That's like some stuff that the Miz would say.
Oh yeah, right.
that would touch a big nerve. So I don't know if she wants to open that door and that can of whoop ass just yet. But now
save it.
I can't hold it no more, man. I have to get into it. My favorite match of the night.
Dude, this was fantastic.
Dude, this gauntlet match was the best fight of the night. And oh my God, man. Rhea Ripley made me a believer.
Oh, yeah? I've always thought she's a believer, man. You know,
but I'm saying, no, go ahead. I'm gonna save my comments for a second.
No, you're fine, man. I've always thought she's been great. You know, she's made a big difference in kind of her personality and how she's how she kind of looks. But that's also how her style has changed. Her style has gotten a lot more aggressive. And even though she looks like she's really big, she's only 5'7". She's not. I mean, she's big, she's strong. She's not as tall as she looks on TV. I think a lot of it is just, you know, Nikki ASH. Ash. It's so anyway, I'm worked up too. I'm excited. This was a good one. But man, both of these girls came out and really showed up. Ash really showed us that she is strong. She put on a great butt whooping. Every single hit she put 100% behind. I loved it.
You cannot knock her out of this. You cannot. We cannot ignore her anymore. And I think that's all that this is for, man. We have to show some respect to Nikki ASH. She's been doing her thing. Can she beat Rhea Ripley one-on-one? Hell no. That's not happening, and we saw that. But man, Rhea Ripley, like I love the fact that they split, because these two have really grown from the split. And I mean, we say that now, I think for the past 2 weeks, but man, it's true. This has been a very great development. But I can't talk enough about how great this whole segment was for making people more of a fan for Rhea Ripley. I'm telling you, man, like this was so great. I mean, look at the power, dude. I mean, Liv Morgan is, you know, a much more agile, technical fighter, and we saw it on display. But Jesus Christ, there was no stopping it. Like you can see, she like bounced her head off the ring, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna just eat that, and I'm gonna pin you with the same riptide that I pinned Nikki with. Got her out. Was tired, didn't care. Then went against Doudrop. beat
Dude,
Doudrop.
Doudrop came out, man. My jaw. So Ash put up a great fight. That was amazing. She's come really far since Bella. But then she had to go up against Liv Morgan, who's also gotten really good. She's a good fighter. And then I saw Doudrop come out, and I was like, this poor girl.
I'm like,
And this is the gauntlet. There's still
that's
another
all
one
I was
after this.
thinking.
Like, oh
I was like, why did they do this to her? Why is she the first one to come out? And they first feed her the smaller people, and now they're gonna give her these huge, ridiculously difficult opponents. Like
two smaller people, but two very good fighters. She got worn out on that.
No, don't get me
and
wrong.
Then Doudrop,
don't get
good
me
God,
wrong, but that's my point. That was the point.
Man,
You
and
put her
Doudrop is
these
probably
really
the
people.
only one out there that can kind of match Rhea Ripley for her strength.
And
they
that's
have
what we
similar
saw.
styles.
That is exactly what we saw. We saw a match of power versus power, strength versus strength. And it was so funny because they kind of stopped for a second because Rhea Ripley tried to run her over, and she was like, "You're not about to do that." But she did after the third one.
She got her up out of there.
Hit her with a riptide, bro. Did you see the riptide that she hit her with? She had to vary it a little bit, but she got her up out of there. You can see how hype she is. Like, she was unstoppable in there, bro.
She had a pump. It reminded me of, like, the NBA games. Like, she just went on fire, man. She went Saiyan.
After it was like an and one moment.
It was
that is
fantastic.
Definitely an and one moment. But she was exhausted, man. It's so unfortunate. That it was like Bianca Belair was destined to win after that. You leave her last. Man. Are you kidding me? Like, there's no way she wasn't gonna win. Like, you could see how defeated Rhea Ripley was at that point. She just got 4 people out of there. There's nothing like she's exhausted, but she still put up a great fight. Like, this was still a highly intense fight. It's just, Bianca Belair is fresh. She just came out. She sees what's going on, but oh my God, man! It was still a very intense match. Like, she was not giving up.
I don't think Belair was ready for how much Rhea still had left in the tank, because she still
That's
handed
kind
her
of been
butt
what's been happening lately. Yeah, if you look at a lot of Bianca Belair's matches and who she's been facing, she's been underestimating every opponent that she's fought. Because she's like, okay, this is going to be an easy night. And every single time she gets an ass whooping a little bit, she comes back and wins. But, like, she needs to stop underestimating and put these people out. Yes, it makes for an entertaining fight because Rhea Ripley was still in there. Like, she was doing everything. She
almost got it. She almost got 2 covers. And then, man, when they were beating the crap out of each other on the top post, wow.
One of my favorite moments in the fight was this one, because right when you think she's done, she comes back, starts scrapping her on the top. She did that jumping drop kick that almost put Bianca Belair out.
Yeah.
I think that she has it for Elimination Chamber. I'm going to just say that right now. Yes, Bianca Belair won, and it was very, like, not taking anything away from Bianca Belair. Like, she did what she had to do to win. And, she was the favorite for me to win the Elimination Chamber match. But after that showing, man, I got to give it to Rhea Ripley, bro. And even Bianca Belair was like, dude, I have to show you respect, because for her she lasted, I think they said, a total of 44 minutes.
Yeah.
In the gauntlet.
It was almost 45. It was like 44 and 40 seconds or something like that. It was she almost made it 45 minutes.
For you to fight for a total of 45 minutes almost and put on a show the entire time, like, you're like, that's a legendary performance, man. You have a long way to go. And I'm super excited to see what they do, because that right there is a way that you make her super relevant.
Oh yeah. And she looks good. Don't let that outfit kind of fool you. That she's a very pretty lady. I'm not into the goth stuff, don't get me wrong. But
it's about power.
That's like, that's what I mean. Like, that personality came out and she put it into her wrestling, and she became a much better wrestler because of that. Like, she wrestled in Australia and she has a couple belts over there. And she used to be like blonde, real pretty, kind of more of a cheerleader type. And then this came out of her, and man, flip the script.
Thing,
totally different fighter.
I love it. I love this character. I hope she doesn't ditch it. This one is awesome. I think it's really great. Yeah, I did hear that she did karate. She also played rugby. I love rugby. I actually played for a little bit in college. So I'm a big fan of her already, man. She's got my nod.
She's tough.
She's tough, man. Bianca Belair. And that's a big thing for me. Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun, man. And I cannot wait for the Women's Elimination Chamber. But let's move on to this one, man. We got to see the Broga Party finally, and that was a lot of fun. And of course, you know who had to ruin it was there it is. This one right here.
Yeah.
Chad Gable, like, just coming in with Otis and taking him out, flipping over all the tables, saying "Party's over, buddy."
Yeah, he was singing the same song from oh gosh, what was the name of that movie? Is it Party House or with Jim Belushi?
Animal
House.
Yeah, Animal
Yeah,
House.
he was playing the same song when Jim Belushi came and just like destroyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
I noticed that. I was like, this is because I thought that was what was gonna happen, and then when it did, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Dude, you see Carmella in her toga? Woo,
yeah, man, I did.
Damn.
I think it was cool. I thought that for a second. What's his name? I can't remember, but he looks just like Damian Priest. Like, he had me fooled for a second.
Uh-oh.
He's like the commander or something. I don't remember his name.
Oh, yeah, the Commander Aziz.
Yeah, Commander Aziz. He looked just like Damian Priest. And when we saw him, like, before that match, I was like, what is he doing? Why is he drinking right now? Like, it was like, does he not know he has a match? And then, like, I paused it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, got you. So, yeah.
Riddle is a goof. Keith's right. Yeah, he is a goof, but I like him. It's good.
I was really this wasn't one of those things like the academic challenges. This was actually a really, like, kind of fun thing to watch. And even I always skip over the 24/7 belt stuff because I'd be bored with it. But this was actually a kind of funny thing when we saw Reggie take the belt from her finally because he's tired of being friend zoned.
Well, so she's married.
Just pinned her in the restaurant. I didn't know that.
She has a ring on, unless she's a widow. I mean,
that's not the left.
No, she on both.
Rings on the left.
No, on both. You can see it in there.
I don't know. I have no idea. So then he's just disrespectful.
Well, she's out on Valentine's having dinner with him, or lunch, or wherever.
So she had it coming too. I don't know. I have no idea the backstory. But all I know is it was kind of about time that somebody took it from her, and it just was kind of like sweet comedy that he took it, and I was like, well, I guess being friends has its perks, and then just runs off. So
I think
I'm
he's
gonna
a better
give you guys
24-hour
the shine this time. I'll give this one some shine this time, but normally it's really not that entertaining. It's just something that kind of like goes on backstage, so nobody really like cares about it. Nobody's really watching it, but that was actually kind of funny.
He is a better 24-hour champ.
Yeah, for sure. And so this match was actually pretty interesting. Saw a lot of trash talk from
Miz
the
took
Alpha
this whole
Academy.
match over. This was tough to watch because of Miz just running his mouth.
But I mean, it was still entertaining if you muted it. If you just muted it and watched it like the people that were in the crowd, it would be a lot better. Because I thought it was a lot of build up, Chad Gable calling Rey Mysterio a cheat. They don't care. Like, it was like, you can call us what you want. The crowd loves it when we do it. We don't care if they don't like it when the Miz does it. But it's funny because it's validating the Miz and everything that he's been saying about how everybody says I'm dirty and they hate me for it. But when Rey Mysterio does it and anybody else does it, they're praised for it. And it's like, yes, exactly. It's just because we hate you. And it's just so hard to take. You know what I mean? But
that's why people booed when.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's why people booed when Gable said it. People don't like him and his arrogant attitude.
Yeah. It's just either you have it or you don't. And sadly, the Miz doesn't have it, and the Alpha Academy doesn't have it. I'm gonna be honest though, man. Every time we see them, I get more and more of a fan. I become more of a fan of them. I got it. It's just fun to watch. These guys are hilarious. Like you said, like, they're just funny. At the end of the day, yes, they're corny, but I love the whole antics of these two. They're just so stooge-like.
With
like,
my
you get the super arrogant
4.0.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, it's just funny. It's so funny. And then you got Otis, who just has like this face of just like, he's just there. Like, he's just physically there, but everything else, he's just off in his own world until the bell rings. I think it's just funny, man. These two are a great tag team.
Man. I love it.
Yeah.
The shush.
At first, I was like, dude, yeah, the shush. Like when he was shushing the that was actually the funniest part to me when he was shushing the announcer. He was, shush,
Yeah.
shush. It's like, what is wrong with this dude, man? Because
Don't
I
do
just
that.
know a few weeks
Don't
ago
boo
when I
education.
first saw him. Yeah, when I first heard him, I was like, this dude is not going to last. I don't like him. I like just want him to drop off the face of the earth. But now, dude, I love the fact that he's out here. This is so fun to watch. He's
Yeah.
a good heel.
And he's
I
good.
gotta say, these
This
two
was a
are
good
great.
match.
Yeah, man, I want to get
Him
into
and
it because I
Rey.
mean, yes, the Miz and Maurice were there, but Jesus, this match was great. I mean,
It was a
Otis beat the
fun
crap
match.
out of Rey.
Yeah.
And Dominic is still coming into his own. You know, like he was taking the fight to Chad Gable,
Yeah.
and you know, Rey Mysterio was doing exactly what they hated him for. You know, taking out Otis even though Otis wasn't in it, and you know, they really took turns beating the crap out of the Alpha Academy for a second. But I mean, these guys, man, they pull a win out.
Yeah.
Much can be
What?
said. They will find a way to win.
Rey, man, he was getting pummeled by Otis there in the beginning.
Boy, was he?
He was getting
pretty rough to
tossed
watch.
around, man.
Commercials
and then
of
they
a
hit
Rey
that.
Mysterio ass whooping. You don't
Then
see
they
that
hit that
often,
real
man.
nice 619, the tandem 619.
Oh, the double 619, yeah, man. But
Yeah.
Miz saw enough after that and had to jump in because he was like
Mhm.
screaming at the ref, like, "How do you not see this? Like, what you're not gonna do anything?" So he jumps in, and I thought it was funny because then they just handled him almost
Look at
immediately,
that.
just got him up out of there.
Great
Yeah,
shot.
just
Dude, he
like,
landed right on his
yeah,
chest. Like he pooped right on his chest, man. It was fantastic.
yeah, crotch to the face, like, get up out of here.
Eat
Like,
this.
this was awesome. Yeah, exactly. And like, go shut up and sit down somewhere. And so you think it's over, right? And I mean, props to Dominic because Dominic hit him with this like nice crossbody into the
Yeah.
pin. Somehow, Chad Gable just rolls him up for the pin, gets it real sneaky. Like,
Great.
but how can you be mad at it?
Yeah. It was solid.
Pin. That was one of the most clean reversals I have ever seen. That joint was so nice. And you're right. The Miz definitely deserved it. And he's going to get more of that.
I don't think there's anybody that would disagree.
For Miz. Yeah. More tea bags for Miz. But, man.
Poop on his chest.
No. Yeah. Like, humble this man. But I loved how this match ended. I know a lot of people were shocked and not that happy with it. But, my guy, you got to give these guys credit. They know how to win.
That was it. It just shows how technical and what a great wrestler he is.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very, very solid wrestler. At the end of the day, you may not like him, but that doesn't matter. That boy can wrestle.
Yeah,
and
you don't have to.
He makes it entertaining to watch. He might not be the most flashy. He may not do all these jumps off the top rope, but he makes his style worth watching. That much
he can. That's not really his thing. I've seen him do moonsaults off the top rope and frog splashes.
He just doesn't.
Doesn't
it's not
need
that
to.
He can't. That's just not his thing. Yeah, he just beats you technically, but the technical stuff, he flips it just enough to where it's entertaining to watch. It's fun.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy to watch, man. I like it. Exactly. It's not like he's boring, and nobody can really say that. I love watching them fight, and of course, you see Maurice come in, distract so that the Miz knocks everybody, like knocks Dominic out of the ring. Hits
she smacked
Rey
Rey
Mysterio with that. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a bad one. So maybe. I mean, we know we're gonna see Rey Mysterio in the Miz fight at Elimination Chamber. That's gonna happen. Is Dominic gonna beat the crap out of Maurice? Is somebody finally gonna put their hands on Maurice? Because that's what I want to see.
Beth, where are you at?
Yeah, Beth needs to come back and lay hands on Maurice again. Because clearly she didn't learn her lesson after the last fight.
Right.
Yeah, but man, I don't have any complaints with it still though, because that just, makes it that much more of an event to watch on Saturday, man.
What?
Oh, hold on.
That's a cool one.
If you guys were to create your own wrestlers in WWE 2K22, who would they be and why? Well, I don't know. That's a two-headed question because if I customize my own character,
man, I
are
spend
you saying like who would
hours
I
making
resemble
my
it?
characters.
When I played the last WWE game, I mirrored him as like Roman Reigns. I'm be real. I did that, but this time I think I would do. I don't know. That's hard. There's too many good people out. There's too many great move sets. I think I would make him a buff Montez Ford. I'm being honest. I want to do gigantic frog splashes off the top rope. I want to almost touch the ceiling with my jumping abilities. So I think that would be a fun one. I think having a Montez Ford would be dope, just for the high flying.
Nah, I've always liked the
a
huge
1.5
wrestlers.
senton.
Yeah, I like the youth. I'd be Brock Lesnar.
Just smash everybody.
Yeah, just a Goliath,
Yeah.
just a Hulk. As
Yeah,
big
nah,
as it can possibly be.
I like the flips. I like the luchador styles. Like I think those are always fun. But I like the American style more. Like the Jeff Hardys and those styles. Just
Versus the lucha.
I would make him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would make him a mix of Jeff Hardy and the Edge, or Montez Ford and Edge, because I love both of those kind of styles. If you could mesh them, it would be like one of the most entertaining fighters to watch. I
That's a
don't know
good
one that's like
mesh.
that.
If they could make a
Yeah.
baby, that'd be a great wrestler.
Wouldn't be a fun process to watch, but yeah, it would be a fun creation. But that would be a difficult skill set to have because you have to be strong enough to spear the life out of somebody, but agile enough to do those kinds of high flying maneuvers. You know what I mean?
It'd have to be a freak of nature.
Yeah, but that would be fun. That would be a fun character to play. So that's my pick. You got one? You said Brock Lesnar.
Give me a pumpkin head all day. The bigger, the better. Just going through, picking up the ring and throwing it.
I feel that. I respect that. But speaking of Elimination Chamber, we gotta we finally see who's the last person to come in. Alexa Bliss is now the last one.
She has her doll back.
Development.
Right? Is that
now that she's back in? This is a great reintroduction.
That's a stacked event. That's going to be a ton of fun right there.
Yeah, like I said, man, and I know it's too early to do predictions. I'm still going to do the predictions on the show, on the All Real Crew show. But my thing is, I got Rhea Ripley. Yeah. She proved herself enough to me to show that she can beat everybody if it's fair enough. She has enough time, and she should be second to last. If the gauntlet proves like I was supposed to, she should be second to last. So if she's fresh, are you kidding me? It's gonna be over for everybody. If anything,
she proved she can
from that gauntlet match.
Yeah,
it's over.
She proved it.
It's over. It's not even a contest. It's gonna be Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley finishing this out.
So I think original prediction was definitely Belair all the way through, and I still think she's gonna make it all the way to the end. But seeing how well and how far Rhea Ripley got, and really kind of earned a lot of fans. I would have put her up there with Doudrop too. But after last night, I think it's definitely going to be a Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And I hate, I don't want to copy it. I'm a huge fan of Liv Morgan, and I've loved how far Nikki has come. As a wrestler and just like her superhero personality.
It's the same. It's the same thing with the men's Elimination Chamber that we were talking about. It's like everybody who's competing in the Elimination Chamber matches, they deserve to win. It's the same. It's the same story. So it's like if you root for anybody like other than who we're saying, nobody hates you for it. Nobody's gonna barrage you. Like you have there's decent reasons to pick who you want to pick. But like, all these people can be in WrestleMania and they wouldn't take a hit on views or anything. This would be great. Like I'm a fan of every single person that's in these matches, and I would love to see them go far. It's just you have to pick. You don't get to see all of them. So it's just who wants it more, who's gonna get the nod. And I'm just excited to see it. And I won't be too devastated if my pick doesn't make it, just because I know at the end of the day, WrestleMania is going to be great. It's going to be fun. And the championship match that follows after Elimination Chamber is going to be a fun one to watch. So I'm just excited, man. If I'm being completely honest, I'm just excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I mean the WWE Women's Division is stacked. They have so many, not only just talented wrestlers and fighters, but I love all their personalities. You know, they each one of them have their own personality that's fun to watch and their own
Yeah.
storyline to come up. You know, and their backstory. You know.
No, I agree. And we made our well, you made your first prediction or second prediction. I can't remember because everybody was right. We were right. We're
Yeah.
gonna see that tag team match. Ronda Rousey and Naomi facing Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville, and that I honestly can't wait for. It's clearly a good versus evil match. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. That's going to be a good one because even like you can have this paired off and crossed off any different pattern that you can think of, and it's going to be good. Have Naomi versus Flair or Deville or fights, you know, just this is going to be a great match all the way through. I'm really interested to see how well they do as a tag team. Jeez.
Yeah, this is for you.
All right, I gotta
Billy the Pistol is hard. I like that one.
Like
This is a dope name. If you
Billy
ever
Billy
Gunn,
Ass Man. I love Billy Gunn, man. I used to get in trouble for yelling "suck it" in class all the
time. Yeah, no, man, that would be a dope one. I like that one. That was real creative. But all right, let's get into the last match, the main event. Not taking anything from the main event. I'm not gonna take anything from it, but I was just wild from the gauntlet match, and that one had my heart from the jump. But the main event was fantastic. Gotta give it to them, man. This was a match between two legends, and it did not disappoint. We knew exactly how this was gonna go, and it was a great match to watch. Like, let's talk about how Randy Orton was not having any of Seth Rollins' antics at all.
No,
was not
he was
playing with the
shutting the
dancing, not the
shenanigans
laughing.
down.
There would be none of that this match. And I mean, you know, he did what he could, but Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins, man. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Like, the Architect is such a great name for him, man. I gotta say, I'm such a fan.
Yeah, man. This was a great match, man. Randy, he tried to set up the RKO and he got a DDT once or twice. Seth was able to kind of take that the butt whooping, got him outside of the ring. And there's a table slam right there.
Commentator's table. Yeah. Like, these two were just going crazy. This was my favorite part of the match.
Oh, the superplex. Yes, man.
The superplex.
Talk about
the way this suicide of a move. This is I know I'm gonna be out, and I just have to hope to God that I get up before you do. But I know you're gonna be more hurt than I am. Because this is one of the most devastating moves that you can do to somebody, man. I love this. This was so great. To the RKO
and talk
that
about
he
being
did. That was
executed
probably the
well.
most hype RKO. But did you see how hype he was? I haven't seen him that pumped up to do an RKO in a long time. He's just slamming on the mat, waiting for him to get up. I was hyped. I was super hyped when that was going on.
Yeah, he was ready for it. He's like, I've been dreaming about this for a while, you loud mouth. Because you know, dude, Randy Orton's the type to just absolutely hate Seth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's funny, though, because it's like, you know, old school. If we're talking about Randy Orton back in the day, it was like the first Seth Rollins. Like, he came in just beating everybody, and it was like he was beating them in ways that were different and dominant. And I can see Seth Rollins in that role now, man.
Yeah. That's a pretty interesting take.
This was I mean, it's just like my thoughts on in terms of, you know, a bad guy, or is he just the dude that is just beats everybody and beats the people that we like also. But Randy Orton had this in the bag. If we're being honest, he could have gotten the pin if it wasn't for the Alpha Academy running out. And this is just a funny shot to me. Like, Otis needs a bigger singlet, bro. This is ridiculous. Like,
dude, his fruit bag was hanging out, man.
It's just bad. Like you got the boobies out. Like, come on, man. Only thing that's covered is the nips. This isn't fit for television. This is cable, bro. Like, but this was just fun. This was just a fun match. Like,
right?
this
He's
addition to it, this interference, I actually didn't have anything wrong with it.
Yeah, he's a lunge away from just falling out.
Exactly. And then we had to go to commercial break.
Yeah.
Nobody can see that, man.
I think there was a wardrobe malfunction in that Rhea Ripley match, man. It went black there for a little while, and she ended up tying up her top.
Yeah. That was actually kind of close. I did see that.
Yeah.
But
okay, I wasn't the only one.
Riddle got his Nah, yeah, you definitely weren't. But Riddle got his payback, which was nice to see after he got attacked by Chad Gable. And it sucked though because, you know, he can't leave Riddle to fend for himself. Yeah. So he had to come out. He was ignoring the match. He never finished it with Seth Rollins, so he had to come out and beats the count out just to get hit with the stomp.
Yeah.
I think everybody was mad though. I think everybody was like, no! Like he had the match. He had the match.
Yep.
Can't fault him though.
I think Seth had that set up.
Like, I need you guys to come out now. You think so?
Yeah, I think Seth was out there. And I mean, what kind of beef does Alpha Academy have with Seth Rollins?
That's true, but Seth Rollins don't have no friends either.
I mean, you can make a deal.
Think about it.
Make a deal.
What does he get out of, like, if Seth Rollins lost this match, would you think any less of him? No, this was a great match, and just because he got the win was like, dude, they got to run it back now. Like, if anything, if he lost, you wouldn't have to run it back. This was just a dope match to watch. If he was the architect of that happening, he fucked up because now Orton's gonna be furious about it. And if it comes out that Seth Rollins is the reason why Alpha Academy did that, it's gonna be a whole other game.
You know, I guess Alpha Academy does have beef with Randy Orton after losing that competition.
Yes.
So
yeah. They definitely had beef. And, you know, I got to show, you know, Seth Rollins got the pin. And, I mean, like I said, this was a really, really fun match. I don't know who Randy Orton's going to beat first. Is he going to go after Seth Rollins or is he going to go after all of the Alpha Academy with Riddle? Because, I mean, Riddle tried. Excuse me. Tried his best to, you know, keep them away. And, I mean, it was cool to see Randy Orton kind of, you know, shelter Riddle a little bit because lately it's been like he kind of treats Riddle like, you know, he's just the little brother who's annoying him. But it was nice to actually see him come out and be like, you know, I'm gonna protect you for, like, you know, even though this is my match, I gotta help my boy out.
Well, yeah, even with a little brother, nobody gets to beat him up except for you. You know, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Like, I'm the only one that does that.
I love the chemistry.
Yeah.
I love
it's his little buddy.
Energy between them now. Yeah, exactly. Like, even though he didn't show up for the Broga Party, you know, that's his man's. Like,
you know, he'd be a party buzzkill. You know.
Yeah, it's not his style. I give you that. It's definitely not his style. But, you know, I had a lot of fun with it. But real quick, this comment. Orton versus Rollins was a great match. It was. So Triple H and Stephanie McMahon formed the Authority when they were with. Oh yeah. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that might have been when I just fallen off. Yeah, once I got to high school, and
me too.
That's when I kind of fell off. And they're bringing me back though, man. Time. Once I found out about AEW and some of the other programs out there, man, there's some great stuff.
Oh, dude,
it sucked me back in.
I'm invested.
Yeah,
I'm full on invested. But so with all of this that we have now recapped, let's get into the ratings, man. So, as you know, guys, stars is fight forever.
Yep.
Stars, this is awesome. 3 stars, you still got it. 2 stars, what? And 1 star is boring. You might as well just watch us. We'll be much more entertaining than that event was. But, say I'm gonna steal what you said. I'll give it a 4. And I'm only saying it's a 4 just because the gauntlet match was better than the main event. If they made the gauntlet match the main event, they made that the main fight, 5-star. But I just can't fathom giving something that was before the main event. You can't outshine the main event. You know what I mean? Like, that's just bad. Like, yeah, it was a great matchup. It was great, like, what is it? Matchmaking skills.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you would put Seth Rollins and Randy Orton not in a main event headlight. Like, but I mean, it was too good. It was too good to not make it the main spot. I don't think anybody was expecting it to be that good. But I mean, God, man, that was such a great fight. That was probably like one of my favorites. That's going to be in my head for a minute.
Yeah. It did not disappoint all the way through. What I mean, the matches were fantastic. I really enjoyed this episode. Great redemption. 5. Yeah. He's gonna give it. All right.
I don't blame you, man. I told you from the jump I wanted to give it a 5, and I still kind of do. But I remember a few weeks ago I even said it. I was like, if a main event gets upstaged, that's a point for me. It has to.
I think that's a solid rule.
I have to stick by my guns with that, man. I have to. And
yes, that's a solid
the Rollins Orton match was great. It was a great match, but it did not upstage the gauntlet match. That's a fact.
Yeah, this was a great episode. Guys, all fight fans, definitely check out that women's gauntlet match. That one was really good. And if you're not a Rhea Ripley fan, it will make you a Rhea Ripley fan. And also, it'll get you back on the Nikki train. She's coming back. She's coming back hard. I like it.
And if for anybody that's not a fan of NXT, guess where Rhea Ripley came from, man?
Oh, yeah?
Gotta give it a chance, bro. Yeah,
nice.
Rhea Ripley came from NXT.
Very cool.
So, yeah, give NXT a shot. Look, watch tonight, man. Tonight is going to be epic, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
We got breaking news. Cody and Brandy Rhodes have left AEW. Cody is now in talks with WWE on a major return.
Man, that sounds like a rumor. I don't know. I'm gonna spread that misinformation before I fact check. That sounds like some.
You gotta.
You think that could be possible? I mean, Cody Rhodes has been building AEW for a while. I mean, he's invested. I know he's not like on contract.
I was about to say it would be.
He's working for free.
Strange if he did make that. Like, there must be something going on backstage.
Yeah.
A lot of different rumors, man. I've heard a lot of different rumors from a lot of promotions. So, honestly, I had no idea. I don't know what I would. I don't know what I would do.
Tony Khan tweeted himself.
The punishment would be...
We got to get with the fight kitties. That's breaking news.
Oh, snap!
I'm gonna get.
I was about to say we got to with that. You gotta have them do that because then I'll.
It's on Twitter.
If the fight kitty
gotta be true.
I believe it. It's on Twitter. Yeah. So Punch sing the Mounties theme song. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'd rather drink a shoey. Because if you caught,
that's some good punishment.
I'm pretty sure you saw the punishment.
No, not yet. I still got to check it out.
We got to do more intense ones. But nah, man. Oh, exactly. This is exactly how I feel with that kind of news. I don't know. I have no idea what that means. So
yeah,
I mean, we're about to find out if
that's breaking.
If that is what's going on, that's real breaking news right there.
That's huge. If that's really is true, talks. I mean, I don't think he would leave if the talks haven't even gone through. Yeah, that feels like you. I'm sure.
Where's he gonna go? Where
else would he go? Right?
You're talking about going to WWE on a major return. Major return to where? There's already so much happening in the WWE universe. Yeah. Why would you do that?
I mean, and he's already been on ROH. He's been in New Japan. I mean, what would he do in WWE? He's a huge star in AEW.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's so much other development in WWE. Why would he do that? I don't see a point in why he would do that. He was already a free agent. Yeah, that's what that's what Billy was saying. But I mean, still,
That's just he was invested.
There must be some big money on the table. Like there's got to be something in play.
And
but
he's a money guy.
I'll leave y'all to speculate, man.
He's about money, man. He makes business moves.
Too much about the money. Oh. He said he'd love to see it. He said he'd love to see Cody's Dashing character back or Stardust.
No, not Stardust.
No. Yeah, I didn't want to be the person to say no.
I wasn't gonna speak those words, man.
Stardust.
I saw like great shirt. I was in a AEW match a few months back, and it had a picture of Cody Rhodes in full makeup, and it said, "Never forget Stardust."
And no Stardust. That one got me. The $3 million. Don't ever bring Stardust back. That sounds like something Vince McMahon would say. Don't even think about it. Like, don't do it. Please don't do it. But you know what, man? I like this speculation, guys. Keep it up and definitely like, subscribe, and follow us, man. We got to end it off, man. This is some great banner, and I'm super excited for this. This is some awesome breaking news.
Yeah.
Keep us posted, bro. Follow our Instagrams and DM us, comment on some stuff, add us, because I need to be hip to this, man. You gotta give me this. Oh, it was an hour ago. Yeah, so this is for real breaking news.
Oh man.
Yeah, so this is real. This might just be real.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's why we didn't see it, man. That's right when we jumped on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, you heard it here first with Take It to the Ring with me and Billy.
Wow.
Apparently,
that's huge.
Cody Rhodes is back, man. Yeah, very huge
WWE.
news. But like I said, man, like, follow, and subscribe to us, man. Follow us for even more breaking news. Catch the Fight Kitties, because they are 100% going to talk about this. I know Billy covers AEW super extensively. Check me out for basically everything else.
Yeah.
Check me out for Saturday, man. Elimination Chamber. Billy, we'd love to have you, man. You know,
definitely. I'm definitely going to be there.
Bro.
Yeah, this weekend I'm definitely going to be on. So I'll be doing Elimination Chamber with you guys for sure, and we'll have to do a WrestleCap on it also. So definitely check.
Oh, for sure. You know, we do the post show the day in the morning, so you can definitely tag on for that as well. But
yeah,
you know,
and Fight Fans.
I'm done, man.
So we're
this
gonna
is
be.
All I got.
Yeah, we're gonna be at NXT tonight. The whole crew: Lady J, Lexi, Tommy Mac's gonna be there. Tijon, are you gonna be able to make it?
Babies, man, I can't make it this one. Give me a few months, man, because I want to. Y'all are killing me. It's like you guys are dangling a carrot in my face, and I'm on a leash right now. Y'all are killing me with this. So we're gonna be doing a WrestleCap tomorrow on it.
So I'll have some cool videos and definitely some cool pictures. We'll try to get you guys first.
You know, I'm tuning in. I'm definitely tuning in tonight, and I will definitely be there for the WrestleCap. But yeah, man,
I'll be the guy doing this.
But I'll be there in spirit. I'll see you. You know, actually, it's funny that you said that, because you know Noah, one of my boys on the All Real crew, he said he was watching one of the old NXT ones, and it was like the first one that you went to, and he said he saw you with the Take It to the Ring.
I was trying to, man. I was trying to be like a banter.
Yeah, he was like, he could see you. He was like, you were like a tryhard, really trying to put the band on.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
I was.
Yeah,
I was flexing.
Like, that's it.
That's awesome.
All
right.
Hold on 1 second.
Well, yeah, we got a ton more comments.
Yeah, man, we do. I'm trying to catch up. So, Fightful, he's out of AEW, no confirm on WWE. Yeah, no, like, so he's going to go somewhere.
Yeah. I don't see him go anywhere else. He's a money guy. He's too famous to go anywhere else.
He's not going to the Indies. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
And he's not a fighter. He's not going to go UFC.
No, absolutely not. I don't want to see that.
I mean, I'd pay to see
that.
Oh, I'd love to see get his ass.
No, that's like watching. After seeing the CM Punk debacle that me and my boys covered too. Hell no, we don't need any more of this disrespect. Keep your ass out. If you did not fight before, keep your ass out of my sport. Don't do it to yourself. You better fight in Pennsylvania or something, or Ridgemont, Virginia, or somewhere in the Indies, and work your way up. Do not think that just because you're a wrestler, you're going to make any goddamn noise. You're not doing it.
No, man, that's two different
But
sports, two completely different animals.
yeah. Ooh, do you think that there's no way. That
Debut
would be a
Saturday.
quick write-in.
Wow.
That would be huge.
What would he do? Who would he fight? Or just like an appearance, a cameo? I guess,
No.
yeah.
But where would he cameo? What fight would he just jump in?
Yeah. I mean, but
I'm
it's
mad because
Brandy
now you have me
too.
thinking that he's gonna come back as Stardust, and that's all I keep thinking about in my mind is like he's gonna just come back as Stardust, and it's blowing me because I'm like it would be cool, and then Stardust is now in my mind. I'm like, oh god.
No,
I
he has
thought
like
this was. I thought this was
this
past us.
Homelander costume over in AEW. You know Homelander from The Boys? He kind of has that get up vibe going. I wonder if he
I would
carried
rather
that over.
100%. I'd rather it. I'm not gonna say that I want that, but I would much rather that than Stardust.
Yeah, I would not argue. But I
WWE
mean, Brandy's
experience.
going to be coming too, so it's a package deal. I mean, them just showing
Yeah,
up could be a cameo.
it could be like that would just be a good little preview. But yeah, man, I think we gotta end it.
Yeah,
We're going
it's
way
Cody.
off tangent, but this is fun, man. I love it. I love this.
Great comments, fight fans.
I'm
Love
I'm
it.
gonna say, bro. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think this is the most interaction that we got, man. So hey, we're doing this, man. We're killing the game right now. But
Love it.
thank you
Love
for
it.
tuning in, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, like, follow, and subscribe to us. Keep the
Yeah. For more
comments
WrestleCap
coming.
videos,
Hit our pages.
click all those links and keep this conversation going. Check it out on Instagram and Twitter. We'll keep all this going. The comments, keep it going. Until next time.
And we'll respond.
What's that?
And we'll respond for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a whole team on that for sure.
Stop it, Keith. Stop it before I ban you from this channel. Stop it right now. No, I'm not.
You gotta get
What?
DJ
Now
on
we're
that.
definitely ending it. That's how we're ending it. We're done here, guys.
All right,
Keith ruined
Billy
it.
here.
Keith ruined the comments. And this is Tijon.
All right, don't stop believing. Take it easy, guys.
Oh, man, keep it real, guys.